Okay, so this is part two about my relationship is similar to Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston, minus the sex and drugs. Not that that's funny. It really wasn't funny. But anyways, I'm sorry about that. So like I was saying, trust and love can be the most beautiful, amazing things in the world, but also dangerous or lethal, or both. Can't speak today. Anyways, and I mess up on a word. As a kid, I had speech problems. But anyways, as an adult, I continue to work on it. Anyways, to be honest, I'm a very honest person. Anyways, so yeah, the whole shenanigans with her experimenting with a woman, being a homosexual, just shows, why women, like, she was dating someone who was a friend at first, and she could trust his friend, and it's always good to have a few friends and a close friend, or a close few friends. For her, she had a close friend, and it turned into more. And like with a man, it's like, and I don't agree with it, and or anything, but it's just the reality of it. Okay, is women know women. That's first of all. Men have to learn about women unless they grew up with women. Okay, it's just, her story is very understandable, and I'm not saying I deal with any homosexual. I never did. But anyways, as in my last video, so when I dealt with the domestic violence, and it was love, but it was very toxic, and it reminded me of them too. But anyways, a few years before that, like, I waited like years to date again after almost been raped and killed by a friend, but he wasn't a known friend for a long time. I dealt with something very hard, and I was very vulnerable and not caring. I had red flags before it happened, and I decided to just live and not pay it no attention. Okay, and had a guardian angel like help me. Anyways, I believe it was my great grandmother. Anyways, so I'm blessed to be here. I think it's very traumatizing because I started to look at wedding dresses. I planned on losing my virginity when I got married, and I planned on, because 3 years without sex with this person is very understandable. Like, they're, it's not fair for them. Of course you can wait, but that's a very long time. So I appreciated the wait. But anyways, but you shouldn't be like bashed for why a person treats you terrible. I have to wait for sex. Anyways, I don't never plan to get married no more. I just plan that my life is more of like my dream. I've never been focused on a relationship or anything. I had a boyfriend in high school, like the end of my sophomore year, and then broke it off. But anyways, and then he cheated on me, like, I'm pretty sure then, and I didn't know how to be a girlfriend, so that's first of all. And then, like, later in college, we met again, and he said, he cheated and lied and said he wasn't engaged, and it was a whole mess. Anyways, I missed out on 2 great guys that I wasn't ready for a relationship because I wasn't confident, and, whatever. But anyways, with this case or scenario, I waited a few years to even date ever again after I almost been raped and killed. So it was even more traumatizing after years later, trusting and then dealing with domestic violence. So like for my life, I don't want kids. I love kids. If it was to happen, it happens. But, I have nieces and I love working with children. But anyways, trying to talk fast. I'm glad I didn't get married, because I was literally going to be getting married and getting divorced. Look at them. They were married for 14 years because they kept trying to make it work. And I believe she was trying to make it work and not Bobby. And she had to walk away. And that's kind of like my story. It's very similar of how much they loved each other and looked so happy. And you could see the videos of them shopping and so happy. You see tons of videos of them. But anyways, it can show, but anyways. So, in my relationship, has been a virgin to this day. I don't plan to ever lose my virginity because I don't plan on getting married no more. And I just want my dream and to make the rapture and to make heaven and to be heaven. I just feel like in life, some people lives are meant to have families and to be married. I don't feel like that in my life. At one point I thought marriage, yeah, kids, no, but if it happened, it happened. But I no longer see the marriage either. And it's not because I'm afraid to ever date again. I have too much stuff that messed me up. Domestic violence, almost been raped and killed. I was on a bus for 9 years and have bad anxiety from the domestic violence. I had COVID, almost died from 100% seizure, and I still have side effects from this day. My taste and smell is all messed up. My memory is bad. So I'm all messed up. I'm working on getting my bladder fixed, and but anyways, lastly, on the whole Whitney Houston thing, is like I said, I'm just glad that he changed, and it matters when someone fully changed and not partially, and for them to break habits for someone that they love, and they'll do anything for that person. That's real love. And to see him married and have kids, that just proved that he changed. No new wife of his would do that if he didn't change, because let's be honest, he was young and she was a little bit older, and he was still going through that phase of that guy who was a guy who cheats. He cheated off the back with her. But anyways, I love Whitney, and I love her story, even though it was sad and it was bad, but it was also good. She lived a great legacy. She was the greatest singer of all, like Michael Jackson, and I feel like when you hear other people's stories, whether it's the 3 Cleveland abductors, it matters so much, and it helps you share your story because their story inspired you, and it made you feel like you're not alone, and nobody is alone. We all go through some things that may be similar and some things that may be different, and some people go through more and worse things. And unfortunately, as a virgin, with my bladder condition, I've never had so many people do things that's so uncomfortable. You have the normal pap smear, okay? Nah. So trying to figure out what was wrong after a year, it's been so much different things where I'm not even no virgin no more. I've had so many different things happen to figure it out where I'm just like, yeah, not just the pain, but just the experience of, let's just say I've never had my legs open so much where I'm just been just thrashed with different things, and so, I feel like my virginity wouldn't even be like it would have been if I didn't have a bladder condition and had so many different things done to figure out what's wrong with it. I don't know. I just feel like your virginity in marriage is so significant and very special, just like prom or graduation or, your parents getting married or just big events. You know what I mean? I can't think of better examples, but you get the point. God bless.